Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and I have got piles of planners. So it is time for the October planner lineup. I'm excited about this video. It will be mostly talking through my lineup, but I do have plans to pull some pages and kind of do a semi-Franken planner for the month of October. So let's go ahead and kind of turn everything so you can see what's going on. I've got 3 planners right here, classic size. I've got 2 more right here, so 5 classic planners. I've also got this planner, which is a classic holiday planner in a deluxe cover. And then I've got these 2 big ones and another classic. So total for classic is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then these 2 big planners. So we are going to be walking through 9 planners today. And again, it will be mostly explaining what I've got going on for October, but a little bit of Franken planning happening in the video as well. So if you are excited for this video, go ahead and get something to just kind of like drink and hang out with me for a little bit. It's going to be, I think, a fairly long video because I keep saying that these videos are shorter and they never end up being short. So we're going to be getting through quite a few planners. I want to go ahead and I think start off with this one. I have to move a couple of things off of my desk just so I have space to talk about it. But this is my holiday planner. And so what I'm going to do is go through the holiday planner and all of these classic size planners first, and then we'll end with my 2 big planners. So this one is my holiday planner. It is set up right now. I say holiday, but it's actually my Halloween planner. It is set up just to capture all of the memories and events and tasks for Halloween. It is in a deluxe cover. I do have a full flip through on my channel that I recently did of this, and so I will link that in the description so you can watch it if you'd like to, but just a super quick kind of flippy flip like this. It's just got calendar pages, it's got task pages, it has journaling pages, lined pages, notes, DIY pages, all sorts of things in here. And again, I do have a full flip through of that on my channel that is linked in the description. And what I'm going to do is basically Frankenplan a couple of pages into this one. So let's go ahead then. I'll put this to the side. Hopefully I'll be able to do this. I'll just get it all the way off camera. So we'll start with this one. This is in no particular order, by the way. I've got them, like I'm just looking, this very bottom one is my personal catch-all planner. So again, it's just in no particular order. This one is my faith planner. What I have got set up in here, let me get to October, is a Faith Warrior planner. It is from 2019, as you can see here, and the pages look like this. So this is the old Faith layout that follows the SOAP method. So you have scripture, reading, planning, keywords, observation, application, and then the prayer list is on the left-hand side. And for the Faith Warrior, in between each weekly page, they have these pages. So there's a section for sermon notes, study notes, and then just a bunch of like journal prompts, habit trackers, that kind of thing. Just goes like that into the next sections. I had to skip a week because there was some private notes in there from a previous owner. I actually purchased this and used, and so there were some other notes in there. But it just looks like this for every week, and you just go from the SOAP vertical layout into the extra like journal pages. I also have in here the new Faith layout, and so this was one I picked up on clearance. I actually have not used this one, and in fact, full disclosure, I haven't really used the Faith Warrior either, and so I've got a lot of empty pages. You'll see that in my September flip through. But I do have this new Faith layout in here as well, and I've got the new Faith layout set up basically all the way until December of 2025. And so this planner I'm going to keep in my lineup, and it's going to be the same stuff that I've been doing for September. In fact, I should mention I'm not really changing anything from September to October. That's it's really just additions like the holiday planner. So this one, still Faith Warrior, still the new Faith layout, which I was not good at using in September, but we're going to try again in October. And for this planner, I don't actually Frankenplan it, and I have actually just recently put together a Faith tote, so it's a Bible caddy, and I should do a video on that. But this is going back into my Bible caddy, and so yeah, this one does not get Frankenplaned anywhere. Okay, next one is my growth planner. This was set up originally as a reading planner. It was just me trying to use my supplies that I had purchased, but this is the Bridgerton planner. Let me move this out of the way. Let me be a little bit more centered. So this is the Bridgerton planner. It does end in 2024, so it ends with December. But I do have this dashboard layout. Again, originally using it as a reading planner, but I did convert it to where it's a mix of reading and personal growth notes, personal development notes, that kind of thing. And so I will do the same thing with October. You'll see like there I have notes to myself already in here for different things that I do. And so those are in here, and I just kind of keep track of those, keep track of any meeting notes, volunteer work, all the different things related to civic engagement, personal development, volunteerism, all of those things. So that all goes in here. And again, I did use it in September, and I am going to be doing the same thing in October. In fact, this is one of the ones I'm going to take October out and put it into my new idea here. My plan is to basically try to condense everything into this deluxe cover. And so I'm going to put reading, or like the personal growth pages, here. All right, we'll just get that in there, popped in there, and then we're going to move this out of the way, and we'll just keep going. Okay, so the next one here is my budget planner. Again, September I was using the same thing. In October I will be using the same thing. So for September and for October, what I have is this almost outdated. It's getting very close to the end of it, but it is a 12-month planner that I purchased and just never used. It is aligned vertical. I didn't use it for September, wasn't super in love with it, but I also want to try to use it. And so I've got it set up in here all the way until December 2025. And so I want to be able to do, or just use these pages. Okay, and so I've got the pages in here, and that's all. So what I do is just track. I did decide as at the beginning of September that I was going to try a couple of different options. I ended up just deciding to do it as daily expenses. So for the day, I just track the expenses and log them with the date. And that's pretty much it. So I will do that. I need to come back in right here and set up my monthly expenses. But yeah, this part has been working. It's just kind of the rest of it. It's a little bit too much space. I don't want to feel like I need to fill out every single day or every single line. And so you kind of get that sense sometimes when there's so much empty space, right? So a smaller size I think would work better for me, but we're just gonna go with it, right? So I stuck in budget. I did put budget behind reading, or like my my personal growth, right? And so again, let's move this planner. Okay, next one on the stack is family. This family planner tracks my text messages or Facebook messages or just notes from Facebook for my family and friends. I like to for sure clear out my text messages and just make note of any big things that are happening in here. If I visit my family or visit friends or just hang out or like have social dates, those types of things go in here. For most of the year, I was using an outdated vertical layout, but I did find in my stash, this is actually not a found piece, but it is a planner that I purchased on clearance for Sophia's memory book, and it was an 18-month planner. I don't use 18 months for the girls' memory books, so the first 6 months of it I put in here to be able to use. And so for October, it is going to be a current planner. It is a vertical layout, and I just have fun. I kind of treat this like a creative journal where I am putting tons of stickers and I'm able to write a bunch, but it's a lot of decorative elements in this planner. And so I'm going to pull this one out and put this into my planner, right? And this one will go in front of the personal growth stuff. I'm putting it in here in the order of use. And so I definitely use my my family planner more than my personal growth, and a little bit more than my budget. In fact, probably personal growth should go at the very end. That's the one I use the least, right? And then we're gonna put this to the side. Okay, 2 more classic size. This next one is my health planner. Health right now is a mix of just like outdated horizontal pages. I am trying to use up my stash of horizontal pages. And so let's see. This is going to be actually probably just going to be the kids layout pages, because I think there's maybe 5 weeks. And I should have enough kids pages to last me through 5 weeks. So I'm going to pull this little chunk right here out. Again, these are like kids layout pages that look like this. This page doesn't even match up, but I'll just cover up the margins or do something with it. This one also doesn't match up. I used this, I'll have to blur this out, but I used this for a prayer book at one point. Actually, I might just toss this page, but these are what they look like. This page doesn't even match up. Right, so I will just use them. Like, that was probably like 7 weeks worth. So I'm going to use that for my health journal. I've got it set up right now with all of these random pages, but then in 2025, starting in 2025, I've got this health, this Disney planner that I punched for disbound, and it's also horizontal. So that's my setup for 2025. And let's get this one in. Because this one doesn't have a divider, I'm going to have to put this in the front, in the very front. Okay, and then last classic size planner is my personal catch-all. So for my setup here, I've got a bunch of different things, some of which I will not use. I already know I won't use it. So for October, I have this Work Plus Life planner that I was using at the beginning of 2024 for time blocking. I had it set up in September, didn't use it a single time in September, so I'm pretty sure I won't use it in October either. I also decided to go through, again, just cleaning up my space. I found all of these random like monthly pages. So these are all just kind of like random, like it's the currently page, it's the like very last note page in the monthly layout. I've got like these checklists and things like that. And then going into what was actually set up for September, I also have it for October. It's going to be this monthly layout that is current. And so this is what the monthly layout actually looks like, you know, intact. It has this dashboard layout. There's a habit tracker here, a space for like different goals and checklists and priorities, things like that. And then it goes into the daily checklists here. So you get 4 pages of those. Then it has 2 pages of notes, just like that. And then it has this currently page. So that's what a monthly layout looks like. I was using that for September. I also have it set up in here for October, but then because I found all of these random sheets here, what I think I'm going to do is leave October here, still use a monthly layout, but just use down at this stash of outdated monthly layout. And I don't need this much. It's like, hopefully you can see, it's probably like 100 pages. Okay, so I'm going to, let me do it like this. I'm going to pull the first, maybe, it feels like 10 sheets. I'm going to pull the first 10 sheets, and I will use this for October. And I really just need for my catch-all a space to be able to write my tasks. And so that has been what's working well for me in September. And so I'm going to continue doing that. I also like to, if I can, have a spot to journal. And so I can kind of find the pages that I need to be able to do some of that. And so what I will do here for October is if I need the like more cohesive space, I will come in here and use these pages. But I have a monthly layout. They're outdated, but like there's nothing on here that says October, right? So it's just a page. I can use it. And so I'll probably save this entire month and just move it to later and use it for a different purpose. And I've got this planner also set up with monthly layout pages until December of 2025. And so all of my planners that I've shown you at this point, I did set up in previous videos. I will link those if you're interested. I won't link all of them just because I did most of them separately. So if there's one that caught your eye and you want me to link it for you, just leave me a comment and I will send you the link directly in the comment. So yes, I have these classic size planners basically set up until December. And I just did this with no divider. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, in this case, pull out the October divider at least, so I can separate these sections. Okay, so I will put this in here as a divider, and I won't use the monthly here. For September, I was actually using the monthly. It's very cute, but it's a lot of duplication. Most of that is in my digital calendar. I use Google Calendar, and so I don't necessarily need it in a monthly planner. But what I've got in here now is going to be my health pages that are horizontal. I basically track food, physical health symptoms, things like that here. Then this next section is the October divider from a current planner. but then I have monthly layout pages that are outdated that I just want to use up. And so that's in there for my personal catch-all, which is basically tracking all of my tasks. I also have here, third section is going to be my family planner. It is a classic vertical, where I track text messages, events, things like that with my family and friends. Then I've got my personal growth section, which is tracking my civic engagement, all the things I do for, volunteerism or just personal reading, personal development as well. I have a dashboard layout for this one. And then the last one is going to be my budget planner, which is aligned vertical, where I track expenses basically down the column each day. And then the remainder of this planner is my Halloween planner. And so I want to have all of this together so that way I can be deliberate about using it. As I put all these pages on here, it is fairly tight. And so one of the things I might do is upgrade the discs to expanders. Not quite there yet though. We'll leave it on the classic size, but it's fairly tight at this point. And so I can turn the pages still, but it's kind of tight. Okay, so that might be an upgrade that you see as I get going in October. So I have done all of my classic size. I put all the Franken planning pieces into the planner at this point. The only one classic size that I didn't put in here was my faith. And at this point, I will go ahead and give a shout out to my honorary mentions. I do, as I mentioned earlier, have memory books for my girls. I have one for Rose and one for Sophia. That's not part of my functional planning system, so they never get debuted, or I don't talk about them here or flip through them in this functional planning setup. So that's all for my classic size setup. All right, we're nearing the home stretch here. I've got 2 more planners. These will not be Franken planned together. I just love the look of it. Look at it, it's so pretty, right? I have gone ahead and put, I think, coordinated covers on them. They're not matching, but they're definitely coordinated. And so this one is my social media planner. So for 2024, most of 2024, I was using some outdated teacher layout pages, a totally random mix of pages. So it goes from this style, and I have probably a couple of those styles, but then it goes into this style. It's just a total mix, a random mix of teacher layout pages. At some point in life, probably in 2023, I did go through and date everything, and so I'm going to just continue using these pages. And so I do have it set up with teacher layout pages until the end of December, and then I have a ton of teacher layout pages that I ended up not using sometime in 2024. So I've got these pages that I can use for 2025. And then I've also got in here these Work Plus Life big size pages that are outdated at this point that I will pick up somewhere in 2025 and start using. So that is my setup for my social media planner. Again, I don't Franken plan it. I just kind of leave it like this intact. This sits on my desk along with my work planner, and I just keep them open pretty much all the time on my desk. So social media. Okay, and then the final planner, last but definitely not least, I consider this probably my most important planner. This is my work planner. So of course, I feel like I need to track all the work things because, it's work. Very important. I don't have dividers in here, so I'm trying to find where I need to be. All right, it's going to be after this. Okay, so I normally leave this open on my desk. I don't necessarily have to flip back and forth, but I do have in here a current October 2024 planner. Let me actually flip back a page because this is the beginning of October right here. So it has September 30th and then October 1st starts right here. I've got notes to myself. I punch all sorts of things in here. But what I decided to do for September, and this is actually working out wonderfully, is I use the page front and back. So just to go back here, as an example, this is September 30th through October 6th. Instead of, as you would normally do with the Happy Planner, instead of using the left-hand dashboard for this week, what I have done instead is go September 30th, October 6th, and this is the page where September 30th to October 6th tasks go, projects, all that. So it's a single front and back page that I'm using for the entire week, and that has been working wonderfully. I'm going to do that for October as well. Again, this is a current dashboard layout planner for work. What I do is track my work hours in here, meetings, tasks, projects. That's pretty much it. And so that's been like, the dashboard has been wonderful for work. I have really enjoyed it. Do have I do have until December in here. Gotta make sure I don't flip any of my notes. I've also got like random like filler pages, daily pages that I can use down. I've got some a bunch of like random stuff. But what I've got set up for December, not December, for 2025 are all the pages that I didn't use for 2024. So these are just example. This is August 2024, where I was in a completely different system. I've got the December 2023 pages. I've got lots of pages. And so I'm going to use down that stack of pages for 2025. And then just like with my social media, I've got vertical big pages that I need to use down. So I've got a bunch in here that are just from different planners. These vertical pages I actually used for work, and so I kept it with my work planner. And then at the very end here, I've got a plans, like a notes and plans planner that is mostly like the monthly pages with like the notes pages in between. And so that's all here. I did pull out the filler paper that comes with the notes and plans. So I don't think that I can go down to just a monthly for work. So by the time I get here, I definitely need a plan in place, a more solid plan in place for what I want to do with, to combine my work notes. I definitely need a place to track tasks and things like that. But that is going to be a worry for 2025 because I've got a plan for October. So this is my work planner. I'm not going to pull everything out. I've got stacks and stacks of planners behind me, but I hope that this very thorough walkthrough of my October lineup, as well as, you know, some notes about what's going to carry me into 2025. I hope that was helpful to you. I was able to basically Frankenplan my classic size pages in here. Again, the only things that didn't go in here were my faith planner, which I have put into my Bible caddy for my morning time, as well as my work planner and my social media planner. And so those planners, I'll actually add this to the stack because these three planners then are the three that are going to carry me through October. So yeah, I'm excited. It is a small stack now, now that I've Frankenplanned everything together. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.